All right, guys, time to wake up. We've got some big things to check out. That being a superclass Leviathan. Nothing too big, right? Yeah, I'm gonna go there now. So, roughly a couple hours ago, they updated the experimental branch of Subnautica below zero. With this update, they brought in a new Leviathan class species. However, it's not a Leviathan you need to be worried about. Get out of my way, man! It's not a Leviathan you need to be worried about. Primarily because the Leviathan is basically a giant ice cube. This is the frozen Leviathan. A creature gigantic in nature, and something I don't think is rivaled in Subnautica other than by the gargantuan Leviathan. It's inside that ice! Now, it is a little bit difficult to see this thing in the ice, however, I can get a close-up, go into free cam, and do all of that fancy stuff, and I have an alternative means for us to take a look at this creature and see exactly what it's about. Now, this is the creature as well Altera has been harvesting cold suit. Harvesting for the Kara bacterium. I guess for research purposes, and well, that's where we get the bacterium sample as well, right here. You can see the general scale of this creature right here. You see the Kara is obviously infecting this creature pretty severely, and that's its foot, or paw, or claw, whatever you want to call it. This right here is its face. You can see teeth. The freaking rails are in the way. You can see teeth, though. This thing is massive as hell. Now, I haven't had the luxury to go in yet and see just how big this thing is, but from what I understand on the wiki, it is fairly... Oh, I can go up on top. Oh my god. Yo, that thing is huge. Yo, look at how big the Kara pus thingies are, whatever they are. It's freaking nasty is what it is. It's just nasty. Now, don't worry, this area, it's a little bit glitchy. I don't believe it's supposed to be underwater, but I could be wrong on that, but the water isn't affecting us right now, so that's fine. My god, you can see the true scale of this thing. This thing is huge. And blank computer screen. There's nothing down right... Oh, wait. Oh, did I just break it? Oh, yeah, I broke it. Oh, boy, I'm not supposed to be down here. Oh, no, I got myself stuck. I'm free. Let's just get an idea real quick. This is the survivor. That's the size of the survivor. And then this is the Leviathan. Its mouth is open. Oh my god, that's crazy. Holy crap, look at that giant ass eye. I think that eye alone is like the size of us. And it has some giant mandibles here too, or some kind of tusk-like feature. Now, there is something that's shocking about this that I came to the conclusion of a little while ago. This thing may have existed in water or on land due to these substantially large appendages here we call legs and... Oh my god. Yo. Yeah, due to these giant ass appendages we call legs and feet and paws, whatever you want to call these monstrous claws. This thing is huge as hell. Wait, where does it... Oh, dude, it goes all the way over here. Holy crap. And look at the giant Kara things on it too. Dude, this thing is massive as hell. Holy crap, look at this. This is the size of the cave. This is bigger than the cave. Oh my god, that thing is so huge. And this is underneath it. Yeah, clearly, I would say the wiki's gonna mention these claws and the ability for this thing to potentially have gone on land, because look how muscular they are. There's a lot of muscle here meant to try and drag this thing's giant ass around either land or in the ocean, but I wouldn't say it is exclusively either. I would say this thing would spend more time in the ocean than on land. Possibly. I just come to that conclusion because while it has some pretty big arms, I mean, there's not really too many... Well, then again, we don't know how old this creature is. I guess it could be possible that it would be primarily land-based, but again, we have nothing really to go off of. Wow, oh my god. Dude, that is huge. Look at these teeth. These things are massive. Yeah, you can see its foot is just down right there. And its body is there. The Kara infection is pretty severe in this creature. How it's still alive, well, how it was alive, I don't know. Unless... See, I'm not really sure how to... What was that sound? But yeah, I'm not really sure about this creature because it's in such a strange position, like it was still moving and it just flash froze. You know, like you saw the position of the tail, you see the position of the appendages, And it looks like this thing was in motion when it was just suddenly frozen, or something weird happened. Wait, what is this right here? What do I have? Oh, it's just some wires and stuff. Keep in mind, this is in development stuff. Nothing is finalized or polished. The texture quality is also very, 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 very poor. But that's fine. Oh, hell yeah, I'm inside with the creature. Although this was probably a mistake. Okay, yeah, definitely a mistake, because I'm stuck inside this stupid-ass cube now. Now, I did notice some ladders over right here. I can't quite climb these just yet. I don't think they're functional in nature. Let me just check and see. No, they're not functional, but I can free cam. If I free cam without caps lock on. And that brings us into this ice shelf here. Looks like this is a explorable area. Holy crap. Wow, okay, that ice looks like it's a little bit more polished up right there, and that makes it look a whole lot scarier. But then we would go up this ladder right here, and then we would go up this ladder right here. Okay, it would just take us to the same spot. That's kind of dumb. But yeah, see this back here? It looks like the tail was still in motion. I don't know how to feel about this, or maybe it just died underwater and it was floating like that when the ice finally froze around it. Rigor mortis and stuff kind of sets in, and that's pretty much that. Clearly, the creature is dead, though. I mean, it is dead, right? I don't see any signs of life. I don't see how this thing could be alive after, so long frozen under the water and just a bad time with all that Kara. But the Kara itself looks like it's actually alive, judging by how vibrant it is and how nasty it's looking. You know what? I think I'm going to have to move into the wiki for a moment, and then we're going to get out again because I want to show you some other things that are in-game that I didn't know about. But we're going to do that, and I guess I'll see you guys in just a moment. So, here is the wiki page on the Frozen Leviathan. This right here is the Frozen Leviathan, looking pretty beautiful, if I do say so myself, now that we don't have to look at it in-game, looking all nasty with all those bad effects and the ice and all that stuff. But, wow, this thing is a lot bigger than I thought it would. Holy crap. Wow, that is big. That is really, 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 really big. Wow. I don't know if that is to scale with a sea truck or not, but if that is to scale, I wouldn't even call this thing a Leviathan. I would call this thing a super Leviathan, or a Leviathan class of its own. Just simply based off of both its size, its obvious mass and weight, and the fact that it has appendages right here, making it able to walk on land or stay in the ocean. Now, I come to the determination about the ocean stuff too, because you can see some moderate or mild webbing of its feet down right here. I'm not really sure if this creature was primarily in or out of water, to be honest with you. From the way the hide looks and how its body is and it having a giant tail, I would assume that this thing would be in the water the majority of the time. But there's no real way to tell, simply because look at these giant-ass muscles all through its arms and its legs. I mean, this thing could have very easily stayed above water and possibly survived exclusively on land. Maybe it migrated on land as well if it couldn't get through the ocean, or maybe just things were too small for it to squeeze through. Regardless, it looks amazing. Now, this is actually conceptual art from Corey, one of the top dogs on the Subnautica Below Zero project. This is conceptual, and yes, they are an artist, a very talented one, and this is what they made. This is beautiful. It just goes to show you, they have a lot of things in store and a lot of surprises that you just haven't seen yet that, well, eventually we're going to see them, and it's going to be pretty amazing. The Frozen Leviathan is the body of a huge Leviathan-class creature located within a large wall of ice in a glacial basin cave. The body has been discovered by Altera workers, and corridors have been cut into the ice and staircases erected to allow better observation of the creature and presumably take samples. Well, I mean, we already know it was about taking samples and stuff. I mean, we basically, like, that's where you get the Kara sample. This creature, you know? Like, here's another thing I don't get, though. Like, you can freeze things all you want, but, you know, at some point the skin or whatever is going to fade away. It's going to lose its skin and everything like that. Maybe the temperatures are so low and so extreme, and this hide is so robust and thick and hard, or even malleable? I don't know, because that might make it weaker and more susceptible to tearing and decomposition. But you get the idea. Maybe there is some other property to this creature's body and its resilience that allowed it to keep pretty well perfect figure along with the Kara that was on its body. Like, in tune with, like, the Kara is there to destroy organs and cells and everything. So, I mean, if it survived that, and it also survived, well, not survived, but the skin remained undamaged after so long in the ocean being frozen, I would imagine this thing has some pretty resilient hide and pretty thick skin. All in all, it's just my determination. I also like how it has some armor plating up on its back. That's actually kind of cool, but they look like really, really, really big thumbnails. Honestly, I'm not even sure what would have killed this thing. Maybe the Kara was what killed it. Maybe it died of natural causes or old age. Maybe it froze to death, but I find that highly unlikely. Most likely, the Kara is what killed this creature, unfortunately. Or actually, fortunately, because we don't have to deal with it now. Granted, it is dead. I hope it's dead. I really hope it doesn't, like, hibernate. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, because I remember there are creatures on Earth, even, that you can freeze them. Like frogs, I think. Some frogs actually can get frozen solid, and then they thaw, and it's like nothing ever happened. What if this thing has those properties because it preserved... It's so preserved. Everything is preserved so well, this creature. Oh, man. Oh, no, I don't want to get into that. I'm opening a can of worms. The frozen Leviathan is a heavy-built creature with a broad body, 4 limbs, and a long tail. Running from just behind the shoulders to near the end of the tail is a row of large overlapping plates, which gradually decrease in size as they move towards the tail. Its 4 limbs are heavily muscled, and each... This is droning on and on, isn't it? It's got very big muscles, is what they're talking about there, and just specific details of the creature. I want to go into in life, though. The Leviathan specimen species and age is currently unknown, but to be infected with Kara, the individual creature must have been alive anytime between 1,000 years ago and now. Based on their highly muscular limbs, it is possible that this creature was capable of climbing onto and supporting its body on land. I just want to make a note here on the wiki for any wiki keepers. There's 2 ofs there in that sentence. Though due to the creature's considerable bulk, it is unlikely that it would have hunted on land, most likely only coming onto land to rest. Most likely the creature's diet was because of this thing smaller than itself. Okay, that's that basically. And that is pretty much that. I want to touch base again, though, with the whole freezing and then unthawing thing. Like, that would be the shock factor right there that the Subnautica developers could throw at you, and this could be the monster. Maybe the ice worm's a diversion. Maybe this thing can unthaw and you know, do bad. That would be terrifying. I don't think it's a stretch. I don't think it's anything, you know, impossible. There's nothing really saying that it's, you know, 100% dead, unless Altura has already done some investigation and they've checked. But I mean, I'm pretty sure even those frogs that get frozen, like, their hearts stop and everything ceases to stop too. Like, it seems like they could be dead. I don't know. I guess you guys are going to have to come to your own conclusions. Do you think this thing could possibly wake up? Is it dead for good? It's just dead and gone. That's it. You know, creatures no more. I feel like that would be a very big waste of a beautiful model. And there is too much work that has gone into giving this thing a full mod. I mean, think about it, guys. Just think about this for a second. These guys are game developers, and it costs money to make and position entire creatures. Why would they give this thing a tail and external features past the point of where you can see? Maybe, possibly, the ice will extend further back and we'll be able to see the whole thing. But I don't know. Something isn't sitting right with me. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm just being dumb and I'm overlooking and analyzing this too much. It's possible, okay? It's not like I'm innocent of ever doing that in the past. But I mean, you can see clearly that's the end of the ice back there. That is the hard end of the map right there. And the tail stretches far beyond that, along with some limbs. Why go through the trouble of modeling all that extra stuff? I can't scan it, by the way. I'm trying to, and it doesn't seem it lets me. I can't even get a sample from it. Yeah, it's not letting me do anything. But yeah, why would they extend this past that point? Now, either they're going to make the cave significantly larger and make me eat my foot, which wouldn't be the first time it's happened to me, or I'm probably going to die for this. No, I didn't. This thing isn't actually dead, and it's going to break out of the ice. Now, I don't know. I genuinely just, I don't know. And here's another thing that I don't really get when it comes to this ice. It's in segments. The ice itself isn't one big piece. You can see very small lines of overlapping ice and stuff, almost like they are individual objects placed down, like they're supposed to move. Possibly even break outwards during a cinematic animation. Now, I'm not a game developer. I don't claim to be one. I don't claim to know jack S about anything when it comes to game development. However, I have seen some very strange irregularities. I mean, you can see right here. That's the end, and then they continued to give this thing an entire detailed ass, armor plates and everything else back here, when they could have just left that blank and saved a couple hours on paying someone to basically make it. So, you know, maybe I'm crazy again. I could be wrong, but I want to hear back from you, because, you know, a lot of minds are better than half of mine, which is me right now. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think down below in the comment section. I'm actually really curious to see what you guys have to say and what you think of this creature and what it could mean for the game. At least if it can live, if it's still alive, if it still has a heartbeat that we just can't detect because it's frozen. I mean, another big thing too would be like, how would we unthaw this thing, you know? Like, why would we unthaw it? Well, then again, maybe we need to unthaw part of it to get the Kara sample, but not the whole thing. Now, apparently something has happened to the ice worm since we last visited it. And also, this is the biome that was teased a while ago in some conceptual art that I can't remember the name of it. It's Arctic Spires. There we go. We're in the Arctic Spires, and you can tell, well, by the spires and stuff, and, well, you know, all that. Now, I think the ice worm has had something done to it. This is Ice Worm Arena 2, which I assume will do battle with that ice worm around here. So I don't think the ice worm spawns organically yet, from what I can tell, and from all the searching I've done in the Arctic Spires. However, it does look kind of cool for some of the sections that are finished. Ooh, wow. That was a close one. I'm gonna go down there though and see what that's all about. Alright, there's an ice worm right there. It's kind of doing its own thing. Oh, there it goes. Okay, you didn't hit me, because you suck. That's one I spawned in, by the way. But I don't really see much of anything else happening. Alright, so I know I failed to find anything new with the ice worm in-game, aside from its new biome area that it's going to be in. However, I did notice on the wiki page that, well, we have new sound files we can check out. Now, some of these I've shown you in the past. I know, the death one for sure I've shown you, and I'm not really quite sure some of these. I know some of these are new that I haven't shown you. I didn't show you all of these, and I haven't even listened to all of these either. I've just got them loaded up so I can listen to them with you in real time. So, you know, it's gonna be pretty interesting. But let's just check out some of these now. I also know there's a sound for when it burrows under the ground, but I'm assuming it's one of these tunnel ones down here, like this tunnel one or ice break loop or whatever. All right, that's kind of cool. This is the death one I've already shown you guys. That's cool. That's basically confirming we can kill it. Dive. Yeah, that's just the normal dive, and then the emerge debris and the emerge voice, I assume, is just when it comes out of the ground. Flinches when you hurt it. Let me just check this. Yeah, that's nothing too cool here. Idle 3 inhale. I've shown you that. Okay. Move ice break loop. Oh yeah. Oh, that's totally when this thing's moving underground. And it's tunneling. Oh, that's so cool. So does that go with tunnel? Oh, totally, yeah. So it's tunneling under the ground, and that's why you would hear maybe if you're underwater or underneath it. And then this is if you're above it. Maybe these two would even combine to make one big, cool, extravagant sound. A roar. Okay, that's kind of cool. Close voice calls here. Oh, wow. Dude. That is sick. But that's close voice. Those sound distant. Those sounds like they're far away, not close. Maybe that's like the when you first encounter it, or like you're getting close to it, and those are the sounds you hear. That could be it. And disappear voice. I don't really understand what this would be for. I don't know what these would be for, unless maybe it's hurt and it has to disappear, you know, because I mean there's run voices down here too. So what I come to with that, then the conclusion I get is that we may have multiple encounters with the same ice worm, or maybe a couple different ones. Now, either we're going to have to do this a couple times and hurt it, and then you eventually kill it in one instance, or it's going to try and run away in multiple different instances, and we basically track it down until we get to the point where we get it for the final time and you know, kill it, and that's pretty much that. What's whip? Oh, that's just the giant ass. It basically swings its asshole at you. Or no, it does the face thing. I don't know. I know it's an attack that we've seen before. Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of with these run voices. I love how they flutter almost. Does that make sense? It sounds like it flutters. I don't know. These close ones are really cool. Yeah, they are super cool. I like these a lot, but that's pretty well all of the sound stuff that I have for you right now to check out on the ice worm, and hopefully that will heat up your summer. Weird ass advertisement. But guys, that is it for now. Leave a like if you did enjoy this video. Let me know your thoughts down below as well. Do you think what I'm saying is too far-fetched about the whole, you know, frozen in ice and then, you know, it thaws and it's alive? Because that's a thing. Look it up online. There are actual creatures on the planet, this planet, that can be frozen completely solid, and then when they defrost, when they unthaw, they actually come back to life. Now, in some cases, it gets too cold and they freeze and they die. You know, it's kind of like a hit or miss. But there are some frogs and amphibians that can actually freeze and then come back to life. So I don't think it's too far of a stretch, especially with such a large, advanced alien species like that. But then again, maybe that hinders it. Maybe that works against it, and it truly is dead. I genuinely hope it is not dead, because that would be amazing. And that would also be an amazing plot twist, because think about it. Subnautica is full of surprises. They're full of misguiding and misdirection. Things that you don't expect happen. Creatures that you don't expect to be hostile or don't expect to have any kind of defense mechanism. Well, suddenly you're frozen. Or it has giant ass teeth, and it's the adorable little beak and giant ass eyes are no longer what you see. All you can see is those giant teeth, you know, like the penguin and stuff. But it comes down to that, I guess, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video again, and let me know your thoughts down below. I want to see what you have to say. Am I crazy or am I not crazy? I don't think I'm too crazy, but, you know, they did model a giant-ass beautiful creature, so it's, I guess only time's going to tell. That's it, guys. I will see you in the next one.